Tell me when we're live, Van. Van says we're live. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find me. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm back. And I'm direct for Dan. The Van, the screen looks different. I feel like it's right up on me. I like it. Feels like you're right up on me. Welcome to the morning grind every Monday through Friday. Even if I'm not here, somebody sits right in this seat and they do the morning grind Monday through Friday, 8:29. As you get on here, we ask you to do one simple favor. Like, comment, share the stream. How did the show go for you Friday?
I wasn't in that
That's
seat.
right. That's right. It was Josh and Hayden. It was Josh. That's right. That's right. Well, you were out being productive, so good for you. We'll go with you, Allie. What are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful I'm getting over the sinus infection. Yeah, it's not been fun.
Dan, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for a lot. I mean, I had a great weekend, but I think what I'm most thankful for is school started up full time today, and I can get back to my routine. So that's what I'm thankful for.
That's good.
I'm thankful I had a good weekend, and then Saturday was my long night, and then I relaxed on Sunday.
Well, I'm thankful me and my buddies went fishing, and I made it back. Because let me tell you, it was a struggle. Woo! For all of us. Every one of us threw up. So, Hayden, thank you for getting on here, pal. Today's show topic, the question was posed to me from Allie. She asked me about how does short sales work, or how do you educate people on short sales? So before we begin with short sale questions, how many of you even know what the term or the process of a short sale is? Do you know what it is?
Where the bank gives you 30 days to sell the property before it goes to default.
Could be part of it. Do you know?
I'm not sure.
If I say it, will you recall it in the future? Okay. A short sale is whenever this guy right here, he owes $200,000 on this. But the market has decided I'm only going to give you $180 for it. How is the difference settled? That's the short sale. You're short the payoff. So the bank, whenever these were very popular back in the day, back in, let's say, 07, 08, these were so rampant across the country. People were so overworked, they could not get to them all. So I don't see that same problem. She's running out of time if there is interest, is what Hayden is saying. I don't know what that's about, but do you know what that means? Okay. So the last time we went through this, and they were new, it was new to all of us. Me, John, Joe Hafner, we didn't really know how to solve the problem, but Joe and John figured out a way. Hey, we're going to become short sale specialists. So you got to be very organized and very disciplined to be an agent that takes on a short sale. It's a very hard process. It was harder then because there were so many of them. And let's say you're calling Bank of America or whatever, the U.S., but whoever the bank was then, and you're working this file and you're checking in with them. Then you call up there and you can't get a hold of that person. They quit. They got fired. Something. They were just overworked, underpaid. It was a very brutal process. So there's things that have to be in place before they would grant these hardships. Not everybody could just do it. So one, you had to be behind on your payments. That was one of the things they were forcing you. You had to be behind. You had to have some kind of a financial hardship that caused you to get behind. You got to have a contract in place. You had to have all these things before they would even look at it. And there were times where it would take 10 or 11 months to get the deal worked out. So imagine, if you know this information, imagine who were attracted to these kind of offers. Or imagine who was attracted to these kind of opportunities. if you're a buyer and you're wanting to buy a house and it's a short sale, do you think they're going to wait 10 months to buy that house
Probably not.
when there's thousands of them on the market in our market alone? Who does it attract, Eli?
Investors.
Attracts, he bailed you out, buddy, because you weren't about to guess
What
that.
about in today's market? How long do you think it would take?
It wouldn't take as long, but it's still very uncertain. So if you've got a lease in your current situation and you've got to be out by September 1st, how could you make sense of waiting that long to find out?
Probably couldn't with how many.
It would be hard. So if you're only attracting investor offers, this is worth 200,000, or it's 200,000. How much am I going to offer? Shit.
175.
150, 140. And if I get it, I get it. So as this was happening, this $200,000 house right here, what was this one worth now?
Whatever that other one sold.
150.
150.
150. So it just kept going down and down and down. That's what happened. Now banks probably not, they won't play ball with you the same, and the reason why they won't is because there's a lot of equity out there. So I can take this from you, put it out on the market, and I can get what it's worth. So it's not going to be the same if we get in that environment unless it's an extended period of time. And we're back up to, right now we're 3 to 4 months of supply on the market. We were 9, 10, 11, 12 months back then. Had no options. So it would be very hard to get back to that because we don't have forced selling going on. So eventually the banks are going to foreclose. That's what they're doing now. They can foreclose now because there's not enough of them to just really kill them. We'll do onesies and twosies, put it out there. They still probably lose money on foreclosures because there's a lot of fees, there's a lot of things that they have to go through. They don't want to foreclose. What they want to do is service. They want to service the loan. I get paid by you making your payments. I want you to keep doing that. I want you to be a good boy. So foreclosures happen when you cannot get enough money from the market to settle what you owe on it. Now you start working just like a settlement. And I remember HUD, Joe Hafner went out and he got this HUD contract, and I remember I always knew what they would take early in the process. They had their own little formula. Probably 30 to 45 days, I know what their number was. We had the inside track. I know they would take 82% of what it was listed for. 82%. Short sales, if you're an investor and it's on the market for 180, why would you care if you're an investor? Why would you care if you sent over an insulting offer and you had to wait 6 or 7 months? It was so low. The offers were so low. We called up people, hey man, I got some news for you. You got that deal. Oh, did I? Good. I'll take it. What we get it for? It was it was such a crazy time, but there wasn't as much money floating around back then. That was it was so bad. We didn't have many investors. They were all going broke. They were battling the same things. Renters weren't paying. They were trying to sell some of their property. So it was an unbelievable ugly time. So hopefully we don't get overrun with short sales again, where we're at a 10, 11, 12 month supply of homes.
That would not be fun.
That's insane.
It was insane. But now today we're in a different problem. We don't have people that can afford to buy houses. Then the other part of it, there's not enough sellers out there to really push down prices. You could be like, I'll put my house out there. If it don't sell, I'll just take it off the market. Forced selling is what pushes property prices down. Forced selling, the bank has foreclosed. You're behind on payments. You're missing payments. Do you understand what that means, forced selling?
No, sir.
You don't? Do you understand what forced selling means?
No.
If you talk to somebody today and they want to sell theirs and go buy that condo over there, what if they can't sell their house? There's nothing forcing them. Foreclosures, those are forced sales. bank-owned properties. We don't have much of that. We don't have, like, whenever I was buying stuff back in the day, there was things called adjustable rates where I would start out at this and it would tick up. We don't have that. Lending got a lot better, it got a lot more controlled, and it's really helped us through this time right here. Van Grotten, shut us down, please.